The following information on sex trafficking is read from www.acf.hhs.gov for an educational debate on prostitution. Visual artwork by Carl Quintiliani. Images property of Gabriel Tony. All rights reserved. Victims of sex trafficking and what they face. Victims of sex trafficking can be women or men, girls or boys, but the majority are women and girls. There are a number of common patterns for luring victims into situations of sex trafficking, including a promise of a good job in another country, a false marriage proposal turned into a bondage situation, being sold into the sex trade by parents, husbands, boyfriends, being kidnapped by traffickers. Sex traffickers frequently subject their victims to debt bondage, an illegal practice in which the traffickers tell their victims that they owe money, often relating to the victim's living expenses and transport into the country, and that they must pledge their personal services to repay the debt. Sex traffickers use a variety of methods to condition their victims, including starvation, confinement, beatings, physical abuse, rape, gang rape, threats of violence to the victims and the victims' families, forced drug use, and the threat of shaming their victims by revealing their activities to their family and their family's friends. Victims face numerous health risks. Physical risks include drug and alcohol addiction, physical injuries, broken bones, concussions, burns, vaginal and anal tearings, traumatic brain injury, TBI, resulting in memory loss, dizziness, headaches, numbness, sexually transmitted diseases. Examples: HIV/AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis, UTIs, pubic lice, sterility, miscarriages, menstrual problems, other diseases. Examples: TB, hepatitis, malaria, pneumonia, and forced or coerced abortions. Psychological harms include mind-body separation, dissociated ego states, shame, grief, fear, distrust, hatred of men, self-hatred, suicide, and suicidal thoughts. Victims are at risk for post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, acute anxiety, depression, insomnia, physical hyperalertness, self-loathing that is long-lasting and resistant to change, complex PTSD. Victims may also suffer from traumatic bonding, a form of coercive control in which the perpetrator instills in the victim fear as well as gratitude for being allowed to live. Types of sex trafficking. Victims of trafficking are forced into various forms of commercial sexual exploitation, including prostitution, pornography, stripping, live sex shows, mail-order brides, military prostitution, and sex tourism. Victims trafficked into prostitution and pornography are usually involved in the most exploitive forms of commercial sex operations. Sex trafficking operations can be found in highly visible venues such as street prostitution, as well as more underground systems such as closed brothels that operate out of residential homes. Sex trafficking also takes place in a variety of public and private locations such as massage parlors, spas, strip clubs, and other fronts for prostitution.